Welcome back. Have a good day. Chapter 13, Standard 10th, Our Environment. We have heard the word environment often being used on the television, in newspapers, and by people around us. In this chapter, we shall be studying how various components in the environment interact with each other and how we impact the environment. The first point is ecosystem. So, what are its components? We should know it. All organisms, such as plants, animals, microorganisms, and human beings, as well as the physical surroundings, interact with each other and maintain a balance in nature. Okay? All the interacting organism is in area together with the non-living constituents of the environment form an ecosystem. Please underline. Thus, ecosystem mark this consists of biotic components and abiotic components. Mark it. All these organisms interact with each other and their growth, reproduction, and other activities are also affected by the abiotic components of ecosystem. So a garden is an ecosystem. Other type of ecosystems are forest, underline, ponds, lakes. These are natural ecosystems while gardens and crop fields are human made ecosystem. समझ में आया natural और synthetic ones में. Okay, so we have to read what is an ecosystem. Now we go to the next part. We have seen in earlier classes that organism can be grouped as underline producers, consumers and decomposers according to the manner in which they obtain their sustenance from the environment. All green plants and certain bacteria which can produce food by photosynthesis come under this category and they are called producers. These organisms which consume the food produced either directly from producers or indirectly by feeding on other consumers are the consumers. Consumers can be classed variously as herbivorous, carnivorous, omnivorous and parasites. Okay, please underline all the main points. Now you can see figure 13.1 where food chain is given: tertiary consumers, secondary consumers, primary and producers. Trophic levels, food chains and webs. This series or organisms taking part at various biotic levels form a food chain. Each step or level of food chain forms a trophic level. The autotrophs or the producers are the first trophic level. They fix up the solar energy and make it available for the heterotrophs or the consumers. The herbivorous or the primary consumers come at the second, small carnivorous or the secondary consumers at the third, and the larger carnivorous or the tertiary consumers from the fourth trophic level, figure 13.2. Okay. We know that food we eat act as a fuel to provide us energy to do the work. Thus, the interactions among various components of the environment involves flow of energy from one component of the system to another. This energy supports all the activities of the living world. Okay, so the green plants in the tertiary terrestrial ecosystem capture about 1% of the energy of sunlight that falls on the leaves and convert into food energy. Please take note of it. When green plants are eaten by primary consumers, a great deal of energy is lost as heat to the environment. Some amount goes into digestion and in doing work, and the rest goes to growth and reproduction. An average of 10% of food eaten is turned into its body and made available for the next level of consumers. Therefore, 10% can be taken as the average value for the amount of organic matter that is present at each step and reaches the next level of consumers. Since a little energy is available for the next level of consumers, food chains generally consist of only 3 or 4 steps. The loss of energy at each step is so great that a very little usable energy remains after 4 trophic levels. You can see here. Now we go to the food web consisting of many food chains, and it's a flow diagram of energy. Sunlight, producers, herbivorous, carnivorous, and top is top carnivorous. Okay. From the energy flow diagram, two things become clear. Firstly, the flow of energy is unidirectional. The energy that is captured by the autotrophs does not revert back to the solar input, and the energy which passes to the herbivorous does not come back to the autotrophs. As it moves progressively through the various tropics level, it is no longer available to the previous level. Secondly, the energy available at each tropic level gets diminished due to loss of energy at each level. So you can see, as human beings occupy the top level in any food chain, the maximum concentration of these chemicals get accumulated in our bodies. This phenomena is known as biological magnification. This is the reason why our food grains such as wheat and rice, vegetables, fruits, even meat containing various amounts of pesticides residue. They cannot always be removed by washing or other means. How do our activities affect the environment? So there are many points. We are an integral part of the environment. Changes in the environment affect us, and our activities change the environment around us. Ozone O3 is a molecule formed by 3 atoms of oxygen, while O2, which is normally referred to oxygen, is essential for all aerobic forms of life. Ozone is deadly poison. Underline. However, at higher levels of the atmosphere, ozone performs an essential function. It shields, mark this, the surface of the earth from UV rays from the sun. This radiation is very much harmful to the organism. O2, UV rays, O plus O plus O2 forms O3. The amount of ozone in the atmosphere began to drop sharply in 1980s. Managing the garbage we produce. We generate a lot of material that are thrown away. What are some of this waste material? So let us see how to manage the garbage we produce, which are the different techniques. Substances that are broken down by biological processes are said to